Stephanie Jenkins, mom of 5 and never far from controversy, has found herself sinking even deeper into trouble. After being cited for abandoning her cars, she didn't just accept the consequences, she made it worse by giving a fake name on official government paperwork. Instead of using her real name, Stephanie Sampson, she bizarrely wrote down Jenkins Stephanie on the documents. This wasn't just a little mistake. It's a serious legal issue. Stephanie isn't married to Drew Jenkins, she's still legally tied to Jeremiah Sampson, who is currently incarcerated.
Haha, Stephanie Jenkins. You see that up at the top, Jenkins? That's not your fucking name. You just lied to a government agency. Not a good look, girl. Not a good look. They're gonna come for you.
Giving false information on government paperwork isn't just lying, it's obstruction of justice, it's identity fraud, it's forgery. And the worst part, this isn't the first time Stephanie has shown a complete disregard for the rules. It's becoming a clear pattern: reckless decisions, deception, and a trail of chaos. The bigger picture here is even messier. The whole Jenkins family situation looks like a never-ending train wreck. One moment they're seen dragging 5 kids from one motel to the next, stuffing their lives into plastic bags and worn-out duffel sacks. The next, Stephanie is caught on video with what seems to be a glass pipe sticking out of her hoodie pocket, raising serious questions about her priorities. Meanwhile, Drew, who Stephanie has tried so hard to align herself with, doesn't seem to be handling things any better. At the very moments when adult responsibilities come knocking, Drew conveniently starts claiming he's suffering from seizures. These episodes seem suspiciously timed whenever he's asked to actually step up. Just when it seems things couldn't get any lower, they do. Stephanie was officially served by Mount Tomah County Animal Services after allegedly abandoning her cats without care. Instead of taking responsibility, she spun a wild story, claiming animal control told her it was okay to leave them because they were supposedly stray. It was pure deflection, mixing denial with a hint of fiction. And once again, when filling out the paperwork tied to this new mess, she signed off with the fake name Jenkins Stephanie instead of her real legal identity, Stephanie Sampson. Government documents are not the place for fantasy, and yet Stephanie continues to act like the rules don't apply to her. By tampering with her identity, she's opening herself up to a Pandora's box of legal problems, serious charges that could include obstruction of justice, fraud, and forgery. The question everyone's asking is why Stephanie would take such a reckless risk. Why cling so hard to a name, the Jenkins name, that isn't even legally hers? The sad truth seems to be that Stephanie is desperate to create an illusion of stability and belonging. By adopting Drew's last name on social media and even on official documents, it's like she's trying to make their chaotic life together seem more real, more official. But the reality is far from that fantasy. Drew hasn't proposed, there's been no wedding, no paperwork, nothing binding them together legally. She's clinging to a dream that Drew hasn't shown any interest in making real. And what's even more heartbreaking is what the Jenkins name actually represents right now. Drew can't keep a stable roof over his kids' heads. He can't put down the game controller long enough to be a present father. Yet Stephanie still sees that name as a lifeline, a way to escape her own crumbling reality, even if it's based on a lie. While Stephanie flirts with serious legal consequences, Drew seems to be living in complete fantasy land. Instead of focusing on providing for his family, he's obsessing over what PlayStation game he should dive into next. That's right, while his real life is collapsing, Drew's biggest priority was figuring out whether to buy the new Civilization 7 video game.
To his TikTok and he says, "What should I play today?" Talking about games. And I'm gonna help him out a little bit, okay? So first there's this game, I forgot what it's called, but it's where you apply to jobs every day until you get a job to support your family. Oh, and then there's that one game where you get off the PS5 and you actually do something to support your family. What else? Oh, there's it's the game where you get your family out of that motel. Oh, and then there's that other good game. I think it's where you pay child support, that way you don't end up in jail. Oh, there's another good game. It's kind of out of your likings, but it's where you don't throw cats out a door. You don't abandon cats. And then, what's the other one? Oh, you don't abuse and neglect your kids.
For context, Civilization 7 just dropped with a $70 price tag, and somehow, Drew managed to get his hands on it, all while his family is being evicted, struggling to survive, and feeding 5 kids on what looks like no real income. Instead of spending on essentials like food, diapers, or even a permanent place to live, he chose a video game. It's the ultimate lesson in misplaced priorities. The internet didn't hold back. Comment sections were flooded with people roasting him, suggesting he should try the game of getting a job, paying rent, or raising his children.
Your family's homeless and you want to know what kind of video game you should play today. Sir, you have 5 kids and you are homeless with your wife. And you want to know what kind of video game you should play. Doesn't that sound crazy to y'all? Because that sounds crazy coming out of my mouth. Aren't you literally on the run from the police right now? Let's play get a job. Let's play pay child support. Let's play be a real man for your family. The fact that Stephanie could literally call her mom at any point in time and be like, hey, I need your help, and her mom would literally help her. But she chooses to stay with a man that would rather sit and play video games in a motel room while they are homeless. But the video game, sell the video game. And you can just tell that those kids are tired. Y'all go from motel room to motel room. They're cooking on the floor and on bathroom sinks. This is not a life that children should be living.
Some joked that he was treating survival like a video game side quest, while others bluntly called him out for being completely detached from reality. Yet, somehow, none of it seemed to faze him. Drew wasn't just dropping the ball, he was setting it on fire and kicking it down the street. What's most chilling is the sheer lack of awareness in his eyes. There's no panic, no urgency, just a man casually scrolling through game reviews while his children sleep on thin motel mattresses just feet away.
I've seen people come on this app and exploiting their children for some views and for some money. Stephanie Jenkins, Drew Jenkins, Amanda MCG, at Stand With Meg, Alexa Subble. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Okay? You guys are aware that at some point in time, your kids are going to grow up and see this. That is not the purpose of this app, okay? It is not for us to see your messy houses. It is not for us to see you neglecting your children. If I see that, I'm going to call CPS on you. I am going to report you. I'm sorry, I'll never feel sorry about that. So if you are somebody that is on here watching this content because you think it is funny, you are disgusting. And if you subscribe to these people, if you give these people money to exploit their children, you are part of the problem. Stop abusing and neglecting your kids and putting it on TikTok. Stop!
Drew Jenkins is still living in his fantasy world, chasing after digital achievements in video games while his real-life problems pile up like an endless stack of overdue bills. May is just around the corner, and with it comes a very real, very serious situation that Drew can't ignore. He owes a significant amount of back child support for one of his older kids. This isn't a small debt. It's something that's been hanging over him for a while now. If he doesn't pay up by the deadline, he's facing actual jail time, no community service, no slap on the wrist. He'll be behind bars. But instead of hustling to fix the situation, Drew is on his PlayStation, posting about games as if everything is fine, completely unfazed by the fact that his freedom is at risk. While the deadline looms, Drew is doing absolutely nothing to handle the situation. No effort to make money, no attempt to pay down his debts, not even a hint of urgency. It's almost as if he's pretending the problem doesn't exist, choosing to escape into a video game world while his real-life responsibilities are calling him out is beyond irresponsible. It's like he's actively avoiding dealing with his life, and the consequences are coming fast. When May hits, Stephanie might find herself facing the mess alone, left to deal with the 5 kids, legal headaches, and the possibility of Drew being locked up. There's no second chance here, no reset button to press. What happens in real life sticks, and if Drew doesn't snap out of his denial, it could all come crashing down on them. But here's where it gets even weirder. Some people think this whole situation isn't just a result of bad choices or incompetence. They believe it's all part of a bigger, calculated act. There's a growing suspicion that Stephanie and Drew are deliberately playing the role of the dysfunctional couple, posting outrageous, over-the-top content designed to provoke a reaction from the internet. It's almost like they've cracked the code for how to get people talking, and they're doing it on purpose. The timing of their posts, the ridiculousness of their behavior, it all feels a little too perfect, like they're playing a game with their audience. The reality, however, is far from a joke. Even if they're playing the system for views, the damage is real. Their kids are still living in motels, witnessing their parents turn into walking internet memes. Stephanie has even submitted fake documents to cover up her mistakes, and that's not just a small issue, it's a serious legal offense. Meanwhile, Drew has a court date coming up, and if he doesn't pay what he owes, he's facing jail time for sure. Whether this is all part of some grand content scheme or just a sad spiral caught on camera, one thing is certain. Their actions are reckless, and the ones paying the price aren't the ones making the posts. It's those 5 kids who have no choice but to live this out, stuck in the chaos with no script, no way to turn it off, and no way to escape.
Can we stop supporting this terrible, terrible mom? Those poor kids.
So, what's really going on here? Is it all just a carefully planned stunt to get views and sympathy? Or is this genuinely who the Jenkins family is, messy, careless, and completely indifferent to the fallout? Will Stephanie face consequences for using a fake name on official documents? Will Drew finally take responsibility before it's too late? And that's a wrap on today's crazy update, folks. What do you think about the Jenkins family's chaotic mess? Is it all just for attention, or are they really this out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a wild update like this one. Catch you in the next one. Stay tuned and stay messy, Yalel.